Okay, guys, welcome to Reels Training 2.0. My name is Training 2.0. My name is Amber. I have been drinking and sharing ketones now for almost 2 years. I am a mom of 6 from Oregon, and I just got back from our trip to Mexico, and I'm super excited. I love social media. I love talking about social media. I love learning about social media. And so this Reels training is something that I am passionate about, even though we just got back and kind of putting it together. But if you have any questions or want to talk more about it, I'm your girl. I will talk about this stuff 24/7 and never get tired of it. But let me introduce Shay, or let her introduce herself. She is training with me this morning.
Hey y'all, good morning everyone. Happy Thursday. I literally thought today was Friday. I was like, where's the Freebie Friday post? I gotta get rolling. Like I gotta get on myself scheduled. And I was like, hey, it's Thursday. If you can, we really don't care what you look like. We want to see your bright and shiny faces. If you can turn your cameras on, that way we can all see your faces. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Shay Brennigan. You might see Sassy Shay on my Zoom. I've been drinking and sharing ketones for a little over 4 years. I am a JAMA of 3 and a dog mom, and I'm super pumped. Almost said super disappointed. I was going to say I'm super sad I missed the trip for Mexico, but I watched vicariously. Aisha, girl, I saw you. Amber, I saw you when on your lives. It looked so amazing. I will be at the next one. And I'm excited to get to do this Reels training because Amber, like I bow down to her. I'm like, oh, Amber did that. I'm going to do that and put my own spin on it. Wait, Amber has that sound. Wait, I'm going to do that. So I'm learning too, but I'm also excited that I get to host this with her.
Okay. Am I sharing my screen? Thank you, Shay, for the compliment, even though nobody should be bowing down to anybody, but I do appreciate the kindness. Yeah, so a few weeks ago, we did have Reels, well, the beginning Reels class, and you guys wanted more. So here we are with Reels 2.0, and we are bringing it up a notch and teaching you some things that are a little more advanced. So if you were not part of the original Reels training, and if you have not created a few Reels, this may be a little bit more than what you're ready for, and it could lead to frustration and being overwhelmed. So I would recommend, if you haven't done those other things, maybe to hold off on this. This call is being recorded and you could always watch it at another time. I just don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed and frustrated with the whole process, because ideally we just want people putting up more Reels and having fun with it and not being to the point where they're overwhelmed and not producing content. So with that being said, we will jump right into the things we're going to talk about today. If you, Shay, can see my screen, will you give me a thumbs up? Okay, we are good to go. I wanted to talk first about the overall picture of Reels and kind of the client journey and how to bring someone from a viewer to a follower to a purchaser. Reels are super powerful. On Facebook, it is the only content that somebody will see that is not already your friend or your follower. So before Reels, you had to individually connect with people, going into groups, friend requesting, finding people one-on-one, and collecting new friends and followers that way. Well, Reels is making it so you can put your content out to hundreds of thousands of people at once. It is powerful. You all of a sudden can multiply your efforts of friend requests by, well, who knows how many people can see it. It can go up to 1 million if you go viral. On Instagram, that is also pretty much true. There are a few other ways to get your content out in front of people that are not already friends with you, but for the most part, that is also true. So what happens with Reels? Reels are being shown to people, for the most part, who you're not already connected with. They're going out to the world of Facebook, the world of Instagram. Let's say a few people like it, they're interested, they think, I want to know more about this person. What do? They go to your page or your profile. And what are they going to look at? They're going to look at your bio. They're not going to start watching your other videos. They're not even going to take the time to look at your stories. You have about 2 to 3 seconds to convince them to follow you. And that's going to be by them looking at your bio, which is kind of your business card, and your bio should tell them if they should follow you or not. And then they're going to either move on or they're going to follow you. If they follow you, great, because you'll have a new follower who will then be able to see in your stories and in your DMs all the great things that you're going to produce in the future, and you can sell them in your stories and in your DMs, and they'll learn about ketones and all the awesome benefits. But what they're not there to see in your bio is all about you. They don't care how many kids you have. They don't care what your favorite color is. They don't care how long you're married. What they do care about is what you are going to offer them. So it's super important that you're using words like, I serve people who, or I can help people that, or I share keto recipes daily, or I help women who are over 50 and menopausal, or like be really specific about who, why, what, who you help. That way, when people hit your page and they see, oh my gosh, she offers exactly what I need, or he serves exactly the population of people that I need, the pain point that I'm struggling with, I'm going to follow this person because they're going to be creating more content like that. So boom, you have a follower. If your page is just about you, then chances are your reel is going to reach people and create attraction, but that attraction is not going to convert into a follower because they're not going to see that you're able to serve them. Hopefully that makes sense. You may convert a few followers, but if you really want a high conversion rate, you really need to fine tune that bio. And we can have a whole nother training on how to fine tune your Facebook and Instagram bio another time. I just wanted to touch on it briefly, just so you know that whole process of converting. Your reel is going out. It's like your billboard on the highway. That's your reel, okay? It's attracting people in. It's a huge attraction piece. And then your conversion piece is really your bio. And then converting them into a buyer is really going to happen inside of your stories and in your DMs. All right. So something that's being talked a lot about right now is to stop focusing on your views and your likes and your follows, like all the analytics, and start focusing more on creating content that serves people, gives value, and creates a community. And that makes a lot of sense. So when you're creating content, think about how is this helping people? How am I giving value to people? How am I creating a community to the people that are already following me? How am I helping them? Instead of how can this video get more likes and follows and views? Like, stop obsessing over that and start thinking about serving and value. Okay, so I think that's super important, and it can really, if you shift your mindset on that, I think it can really help when you're creating your content. All right, so moving on, here's some basic rules for reels. Relate it to your niche and give value. We just talked about that. Add text and closed caption anytime there's words. All right. The reason why is because 80% of people are watching your reels on mute, on silence. And that's because they're sitting in class, they're sitting on a bus, they're sitting on an airplane, they're sitting somewhere where they can't have their audio on. And if you do not have closed caption or text to let them know or to show them what the reel's about, they're just going to swipe on and not watch your reel. Make sure all watermarks are off. Make sure you just share your reel to your feed and to your story every time you post a reel, and then almost never delete a reel. And those are just some basic rules. All right, we're going to talk about audio, and then Shay's going to show us how to find trending audio, which we touched on briefly last in Reels 1.0, but I wanted to dive into it a little bit deeper because it is important. And later on today, we're also going to go through it in depth using a trending audio, and we're going to walk you through that process. But original audio is pushed out 4-to-1 on the platform right now. I just read that this morning. What original audio is your own voice speaking on the reel. It could be a voiceover, it could be you just speaking, it could be you creating an audio that you're hoping other people will use. So there's a lot of content creators that create audio, like a funny audio or funny meme or a funny joke, because they know that other people are going to want to use that sound and it's going to become a trending sound. So it's basically your own voice. That's an original audio, and that's being pushed out 4-to-1 on the platform. So that's number one preference by the algorithm. Number two is trending audio. So Shay, do you want to show us how to find a trending audio?
Okay, let me turn my thing down. So I know we've talked about this before. So we all have our DMOs. We have our, the way that we start our days. In addition to my DNOs, I spend anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes on each platform, and I look for trending sounds, or I look for trending dances that I want to do. So I know a lot of people say, oh, don't get caught in the scroll. Set a timer. Do go and scroll. Do look for trending sounds. Do look for trending dances if that's your thing. And if you don't dance, do it anyways, because you never know who you're going to inspire. So I scroll through, and I'm going to show you. So my first one, I don't know if y'all can see. Let me turn off my ring light because y'all can't see that. And can everyone hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. So when you're, and I'm on Instagram. So when you scroll through Instagram, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, if the sound has an arrow like this, it's a trending sound. So the next thing you want to do when you find that is click on that arrow. It's going to bring up the audio with every video that's been made with it. The important thing to take notice is the amount of times that this reel has been used. If it's under 5,000, then you want to use it. Save it and use it if you're not ready to do the reel right then and there. But to get inspiration, just scroll through here and see what other people have done with that reel. So what I do is I go and I just do save audio so I can save it for later. And then I just keep scrolling through and I look for, see, in the next one, once you hit a trending sound, it's been my experience that as you keep scrolling, there's more trending sounds. So let me just play this one and see what it says.
Like hopes and dreams.
Hang on.
Coffee is survival dreams.
We could use this for ketones.
Coffee is life. Tastes like hopes and dreams. Coffee is survival dreams. Coffee is life. Tastes like hopes and dreams. Coffee is survival dreams.
So actually, she's saying coffee. Stop. She's saying coffee, but in your caption, you could put ketones or life. It's like hopes and dreams or whatever. So again, click on that little arrow. This one's been used 33,000 times. So Amber, you'd probably say don't use it. But if you want to use it, is it going to hurt the way it's put out?
No, it's not going to hurt you. It's just that the algorithm is no longer pushing it out because it's kind of already run its course. So if you can catch a trend early before it's overused, then your content's going to be prioritized and pushed out further.
Okay, perfect. I just found one that's trending with an arrow, and it only has 140 uses. So let's see what she does. Oh. I mean, you might not want to use a swear word. You could bleep that out. But she's got some sort of drink in her hand and she's saying, I'm going to have the best night of my life. That also could be into ketones. For like McCarthy's, Married with McCarthy's, that's their niche. She could be grabbing her husband and twirling him around, be like, I'm going to have the best night of my life. There's so many things that you can do and put your own spin on it. Here's one with a dog. I mean, I think the most important thing is to find your niche. I recently just kind of dove into life after divorce when you're over 50, which has gotten a lot of attractions. I do like to dance and put ketone packets in the back of my pants and dance and things like that. But most importantly, oh my gosh, here's another one. This one only has 1,100 views. It's pretty cute. I've used this before.
Oh, no, I can't do that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
If somebody asks you to stop drinking ketones or somebody asks you to stop dancing, you'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. So there's so many trending sounds out there. How do I make this? Oh, how about hit mute, Shay? One moment, please, while I malfunction. So that's the trending sounds. Something that I discovered, and I was like, let me pat myself on the back. I had no idea. I know you could put words. Does everyone know how to put up the text and then move the slider at the bottom to match what the sound is saying? Okay. Amber, are we going to use that in a 3.0 or we're going to do that now?
Are you talking about adding text to your video and then timing
Right.
it?
So for instance, I got this inspiration off of you and I didn't even know you could do it.
Capital B, capital O, capital A, capital F. Both. Both? Both.
So I didn't know that you could point and then schedule and have different colors of them, but we'd have to create a new reel. You know what? I think I have one of my drafts. Hold on. And I can show you what we're talking about. Let me go to the side here. So in my drafts, I have this. Whoop. So if I want to say how strong I am, type it in, pick a font. And then if I want to set that, it's gonna, we'll turn that down. Down here is where you decide where you want it to pop up. So I want this to just say how, y'all, for real. So I just want it to pop up there. So when it starts, does that make sense? So then I can put up here stoppable. I can just put stop. And then that second word pops up down here. If I click it, then I can move it on and say, okay, I only want you to go for this amount of seconds. Does that make sense? Then if you want to change the colors of these words, click this little color wheel. And then you can pick whatever colors that you want. If you wanted this just to be the letter, just type the letter. And then you have, if you wanted to spell out a word. Does that make sense? It's so hard to do that. Oops, let me save this draft. I just discarded it. Oopsies. So it takes some playing around with, but once you get on there and realize once you type the word, you can change the font. If you just keep scrolling over, scrolling back and forth. Once you put the word in or your letters in, hit done, and then it'll pop up at the bottom. You can click each word and then scroll it over to match however you want it in your reel. Does that make sense? Bella, I'm sorry, I don't have my chat up. How do you get the words to click on them? What do you mean, Bella? So when you put the words in, it's gonna create like a little bubble at the bottom of your reel for each word. And you just keep sliding over if you have more than what shows on your screen. And then you just click that word and then your bar will show up at the bottom. And you just, it's like editing a video if you want to cut some of it off. It's the same concept. Does that answer your question?
Okay, Shay, let's get a how-to video on that put together. I don't want to spend too much time on this particular thing because it's not really something that's gonna like make your video go better. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time editing this far into detail on your video, but a video like Shay did where it's both, I mean, it's just a few seconds changing the color and it can add value to the video, but I would focus more on things that are going to add value to your video. But we could get a good how-to video on how to do this because it is a little bit more of a complicated skill and send that out. So Shay, do you know who needs that or wants that? Let's figure that out and I can find a video on that.
I think just about everyone on here and those that aren't on here that I didn't catch the replay, I just think it would add a lot of value to those that are just learning reels or even like me. I've been doing Reels for over a year, and I just discovered and learned just by playing around with the app. I was like, oh wait, I can do that. I can change the font. I can add color. I can add a bubble around it. Y'all, we can add a sticker, and the sticker can even pop up at a certain time. It's like if you just keep messing around, it's like riding a bike. You're not going to learn it just in the first time you get on it. It's going to take some time.
For sure. All right, awesome. Okay. We talked about audio. Okay. So something else that's huge and is going to really cut your time in half that was just released within the last month, really, is the ability to auto post your Instagram Reels to your Facebook Reels. So before, what was happening was you would need to post on one platform or the other. Let's say you posted on Instagram Reels, you would have to download the video, take the watermark off, upload it over to Facebook, re-add the music, add the captions, add the hashtags, and post it. And that's a whole hour of work, right? So now all you have to do is push over a little toggle that says auto share to Facebook, and your reel will auto post to Facebook Reels, not the Facebook feed, not Facebook stories, but it will auto post to Facebook Reels. And this is a huge time saver, and I would highly encourage everybody to use that option. And Shay, do you want to show us how to do that?
Yeah, let me I had to move my chat box out of the way so I could see. So you're going to open up your Instagram app and go access your profile. And then at the top, little 3 buttons there, you're going to click those. And then you're going to go to settings, which is at the top. From settings, you're going to go to account. And then from account, you're going to go to share to other apps. And then it's going to pop up all these things that you can share once you when you post it on Instagram. So you've got Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Tumblr. I don't know what the other ones are, but the 3 main ones would be Facebook. I don't know. Does anybody use WhatsApp? Facebook and Twitter, really. So make sure that those are checked, and you click this little arrow. It's going to ask you to verify and put in your Facebook information. And then same thing with Twitter. It's going to ask you to put in your handle. And that's it. So once you do that, there are some things that I have noticed. And this, like Amber said, it saves a lot of time. You don't have to remove watermarks. You don't have to refine the music, because Meta owns Instagram and they own Facebook. So the music is the same, and you don't have to change, add, or hashtags, take off watermarks. When you're doing that, if you scroll to the bottom when it says share to Facebook available, it'll either say yes or no. Depending on the audio, if it's not approved by both apps, it's going to say no, which means it's only going to post to Instagram. And that's where you have to go in. If you want to use it on Facebook, take off the watermark, copy everything you've done, and then put it on Facebook. I've run across that a handful of times where I've had to put it. I noticed that I was like, wait, why is this not transferring over? And I was like, oh, it didn't say yes or available. It said unavailable. Then I had to go through that whole 2-step process of taking off the watermark, copy and pasting what I put on Instagram, and then put it on Facebook. They've updated that right now. Is it 3 minutes, Amber, the max time for Reels on Insta? Well, it's got to be the same as Facebook. You're muted. Yes, Bella, it's the same, because when you hook them up together, let me look real quick.
I thought it was 90 seconds, but I could be wrong.
It is. So when you click this, when you pull up to do a reel, right below your music icon, there's going to be a little, it'll either say 15, 30, or 60. But if you click on that, it's going to tell you can do 15, 30, 60, or a 90-minute reel. The reels that are anywhere from 7 to 15 seconds get pushed through quicker, because what happens if somebody's scrolling through, like if they pull up my video, this video is like 90 seconds. So they're like, next, it's not going to capture that your video was completely watched. And it's important that whoever is watching it completely watches it, right? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, so one of the key factors in the algorithm is called watch time, and it's a percentage of the video that's watched. However, if you do make a 90-second video and it has a good watch time on it, like it's watched over 50% or 75%, then that's going to mean a whole lot more than a 7-second video that's watched half time. So there are advantages to making longer videos. You just want to make sure that it's interesting and it's something that people are going to want to stick around for. And telling a story that's captivating with original audio. Obviously, if you're telling a story with a good hook at the beginning and a good call to action at the end, can really play in your favor to the algorithm. And we're going to talk more about hooks, and I think that's next on the agenda. We will try to get all of your questions. Let's go through everything that we have planned and then hit questions. Hopefully, it will leave time for lots of Q&A at the end here, but I wanted to make sure to cover the things that are on here. These are the things that are going to move the needle the most. We definitely want to cover things that you have questions about, but also wanted to cover the big things too. Hooks, super important because of watch time. You definitely want to include a hook, and there's two different places to include a hook. One is the text in your video, and that's where moving that timing arrow or that timing drag timer, whatever you want to call it, is really important to find out, because you don't want your hook to play the entire video. At some point, you probably want it to play for about 5 seconds, and then you want it to stop. And that's just going to be text for the first 5 seconds of your video. Here are some examples of some hooks that are captivating. Using the word secret is always a good hook because everybody wants to know a secret. So if you can use the word secret in your hook, that's huge. If you can tell somebody, hey, stop scrolling, you got to hear this. Or anytime you say like top 5 reasons or 3 reasons why, or did you know, or quick reminder, this is for you if true or false, like everybody wants to answer a good true or false. So putting in a hook for the first 5 seconds of your video is super powerful. If you want to learn how to use that timing, that text timer, there's a lot of videos out there that will show you how to do that. If we have time at the end, we'll try to throw that in as well. The second place that I believe is a super powerful place to put a hook is your actual cover photo. And I will show you what that looks like. Here is a picture of my news feed. I have a hook on every single video because when somebody comes to my profile, they're not going to start watching all my videos, right? They're not just going to say, oh, I wonder what that video is about. I wonder what that video is about. I wonder what that video is about. They're not going to take the time to watch these 30-second, 1-minute videos. I don't know. There may be people that are intrigued and may go through all your videos and watch them, but more likely if you put a little text hook on your video and try to capture them in or get their attention, they may watch it. All right. I put a few samples here of hooks that you can put on your. Yeah, I'll explain how I'm doing that. Is that what you mean? Is that what you're going to ask? Yeah, so if you put a little hook on the top of your video, and I'll tell you how to do this, then you're going to hook in your audience and they're more likely to watch your video. And these views are going to come later. They're not necessarily going to come when your videos first go out into the algorithm. They're going to come later when people visit your profile. So what I do for that is I create a cover photo in Canva with a hook, with a little text overlay, and then I add it later to the video. And you can still do this. It used to be that you had to add your cover photo when you uploaded your video. You can now go back, and I'll show you how to do that, and add your cover photo now. All right. So what you're going to do is So if you look at your news feed, most likely you don't have hooks on your videos, right? So I'm going to scroll back to when I did not have hooks on my videos. Okay. And that's not real captivating, right? People are probably not going to take the time to watch those videos to find out more about me. So I'm going to choose one and I'm going to add a hook. All right. I'm going to choose this one. This is me complaining about how hot it is in Vegas. All right. So I'm going to open the video. On the top right corner, there's 3 dots. I'm going to click those 3 dots. And then a menu is going to pull up. I'm going to click edit. Now, if you can see the little picture of the video, the little cover picture, you see the words in white that says cover. You're going to click on cover. It's then going to pull this up. I can choose to select a place in the video as my cover, or I can click add from camera roll. Now, I haven't created a picture yet for this particular video to use for the cover. So I don't have anything to add from my camera roll right now. But what I would do is create something in Canva, and then I would upload it now when I click add from camera roll. So I'm going to add something that's already there just to show you the process. Add from camera roll. There's one that says pool party here in my camera roll that I created for a different video. I'm going to add it. I can also edit the caption if I want to. I can tag more people. I can change the hashtags. I can tag locations. There's all kinds of things I can do. And then I'm going to click done. Now, when you do that, you want to make sure the captions are the hook is in the middle. The hook is in the middle because it won't be seen if it's up high. You cannot, after it's posted, drag it up and down. So just make sure that you're putting it in the middle.
Amber, if someone doesn't have Canva and they don't want to pay for Canva, I did discover that you could do like you're going to create a story with the photo and add text or any stickers and then just screenshot it to save it or hit the down arrow to save it. And that will create a photo as well, right?
Yeah, you can use any software. You can use Instagram itself when you're actually uploading the video to begin with, add a sticker. You can use stories in Instagram. You don't have to actually post the story. You can just use the software, upload the video there, put a little sticker on it, screenshot it, save it. You can use any software you want. All you're needing is something that can add text to a photo and screenshot it and then save it to your camera roll and then upload it. And this is optional. Don't feel like you have to do this. This is just something you can add if you're ready for the next thing or to take your reels to the next level. This is just adding a little bit more attraction, getting a few more views when people visit your page. Don't feel stressed about this. Don't feel like it's something you have to do. It's not going to increase your original engagement when it goes out into people's feed, because what it's going to do is get you more views when people come back in and visit your page. They may start looking at more of your videos. So that's just another way to add a hook.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so if you put it on originally, it will post into your Facebook Reels. It will post as the cover photo there. But if you go back in and add the cover photo afterwards, it will not show up over in Facebook Reels. But it will if you do it originally when you originally upload it. Yes, you can do it to your old Reels. and you can change it as many times as you want. It let me do it to my lives too, except for this last live, it won't let me change it, but it did let me change it to 2 of my lives. I was able to put a cover photo on and then put live, catch me live or something like that. And you put topic on there, what you're going live about, just to try to gain a little bit of traction into your live, because not always is the photo that they put up, the still shot that they use for your live, not always is it the best view. Sometimes it has you like with your eyes closed, or you like looking all crazy. You never know what video they're going to capture or what still image they're going to capture of you for your live. So I love that option. Okay, any other questions about this type of hook? Don't stress too much about it. If you have extra time, do it. This is not going to be make or break your Instagram reels. The most important thing is just spending time creating good content and putting it out. And we're going to cover some ways and some strategies here in a minute that are more important than this. A call to action is something that you use at the end of your video that tells your audience and your viewers what to do. So I have a little chart here that tells or has call to actions categorized. So if you want to increase your followers, use these call to actions. Follow for more. Come back tomorrow for more. Don't forget to follow if you found this post helpful. Things like this. To increase comments, you could use call to actions like, tell me how you, would you rather, do you agree, caption this, drop your favorite emoji. So depending on what type of engagement you want, you use different types of calls to action, if that makes sense. Does anyone have any questions about this? You can put your call to action in the video, or you could put it in the caption. It's going to be more impactful in the video. Not everybody reads the caption, but everyone that watches the video to the end will see it in the video. Okay. All right, we're going to talk again about trending audio, and Shay and I are going to split some of these things up. I wanted to kind of talk to you about the process of creating content and some of the strategies that people use, strategies that big creators use that are having a lot of success. So the number one strategy that I see that big creators use is the trending audio strategy. And you'll see it over and over again. What they do is they find the trending audio, whether that's on TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, and they put their own spin on it. They apply their own niche, or whatever is going on in their own life, or if they're sarcastic, they make it sarcastic. If they have a lot of humor in their videos, they try to make it funny. But this is a huge process that is very successful. Find the trending audio, apply your niche, put a few hashtags on it and a caption, and post. Do that every single day, or 2 or 3 times a week, or however often you post, and that's your strategy. Now, we put out a bonus reel, and for this week, I wanted to go through the process using the bonus reel challenge, because I think it would be beneficial to just walk you through this process. So the one that we chose this week, let me pull it up. I have it saved. Drop a 1 in the chat if you did a bonus challenge last week. We had several people that did it, and I just want to see if you know what I'm talking about when I say bonus challenge reel. Chris did it. Awesome. Erin, Christina, yay. Jennifer did it. Okay, sweet. So we've already posted the bonus reel challenge for this week. It's in the same post as the original challenge, the bonus challenge. We just edited the post, and right under week 1's challenge, we put week 2's challenge. So this is what the audio is.
I don't know.
Like a glare. Hold on.
Like I did that day.
Sorry. Can you see, or is the glare too bad?
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day.
Okay, so if you'll notice, it's first of all, it's live video.
Like I did that day.
Well, actually, it's all live video.
I don't ever wanna.
Okay, so I did a trending audio on here, and I applied a pain point, and I actually did ketone related video. So the audio says, I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. So I found a picture of me 3 years ago, and I chose the pain point of being addicted to energy drinks. I found a picture of myself holding a Monster Ultra and extremely overweight and looking miserable. And during the portion of the song that said, I don't want to feel, and then like I did that day, I had the still image of myself show up on the video. So first I started with live video, and this is what I saw a lot of people do with this trend. A lot of people made it weight related and did like their weight loss story, and then did like a before picture for the part that said like I did that day. So I'll show you what I did.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that.
Okay, let me just play it one more time and I'll tell you my strategy here.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that.
Okay, so the live video has me has a call to action, but it also has me holding ketones in a glass bottle and a pink drink, but there's no way that the viewer could tell that it's ketones. And I purposefully did that because if I had a packet of Nat or if I had ketones, more likely would be the person to keep scrolling. Some people may be intrigued and I would get some views, but I did not want to risk putting anybody off by just showing them ketones because there is a population of people, oh, it's ketones again, I don't want to watch this video. I wanted to pique interest without telling them what I was holding, which is called creating curiosity, which is super powerful in Reels, creating curiosity. So I had my bottle of ketones, but it doesn't show what it is. And I had a lot of people saying, well, what are you drinking? What is in that bottle? And so then it opened up the conversation of ketones. I had the conversation in my DMs, not in the comment section of the reel, because if I had it in the comment section of the reel, people would stop asking me, what are you drinking? Because I already answered the question. Hopefully that makes sense. So put in the chat some other ideas that could be applied to this exact same sound. What other pain points could you use? Zero energy? Yes, definitely. So you could have a picture of you looking exhausted, and you could put that up at the end of the video, like you never want to feel that way again. And then at the beginning of the video, you could have yourself like totally energized, holding ketones, or like creating curiosity with ketones. Better sleep, yes, for sure. That's definitely a pain point that a lot of people, and I'm actually really surprised when I've been talking to people lately about ketones and what like benefits they're most interested in. A lot of women right now are really asking or saying that they are coming to the conversation for better sleep, which actually surprises me. Focus, for sure. Brain fog, yes. Oh, yes, the business conversation. You could definitely apply it to that, living paycheck to paycheck. Laser focus. All of the pain points, either business related or product related, this audio can be applied to. And if you have a weight loss story, it can easily be applied to if you have a before better picture. And what you're going to do, I wanted to take just a moment to show you how to add clips, because that's super important when you are creating content. So you're going to take the audio and you're going to, at the bottom, click use audio. Yeah, digestion. You could, have a picture of you sitting on the pot, totally constipated. I'm totally joking. But you could do it strategically. Jamie will do that. I can see it. Okay, so when you're ready to record, I always use the timer. I don't know if everybody knows about the timer, but you can set a 3-second or a 10-second timer. So you have time to get yourself into place. So hit set timer. You know that the timer is on when the timer icon is lit up or highlighted. And then you can hit it, the button down here. I always use a filter, makes my skin look a little more flawless or a little less pimply. I don't know, one of the two, a little less wrinkly. And then you record. Actually, on the timer, I usually have it set to stop recording where I want it to stop. Which is about there. That's where I want it to stop. So I don't have to figure out when to stop it. It'll just auto stop. Okay, then I'm going to record, like pretend like I have my ketones or however I'm going to record it. Okay, and then I'm going to hit next. And then down below, I'm going to hit edit clips, and then I'm going to add a clip. And then to add a clip from your photo album, you're going to hit the plus sign in the bottom left corner, and then you can add any clip that you want that's in your phone. You can search by folder. A lot of times I'll have them organized in a folder. I have all my before photos in a specific folder. So if I ever need one, I just click up here and then I go to, like I have after photos. I have before and after photo folder. I have before photos. So I can pull up any of my before ketone photos and access any of them easily. If I ever want to use them in a video, I don't have to go searching. So organizing your photos on your phone can be super helpful. So I'm just going to pick one, anyone. And this one has a watermark on it, so I wouldn't normally use it. And then that's how you create it. Okay, hopefully that was helpful for people. And then you can go in and add text overlay to it. You definitely want to add a hook at the beginning, a call to action at the end. Using that text timer is super important. You're going to put the text on, highlight the text, and then that dragging bar is going to show up at the bottom that Shay showed you. Okay, we are running out of time. I'm not going to show you hashtag. A lot of people find or create their content according to a topic or hashtag search. They find the viral videos on the hashtag, and then they recreate their content. A Reels challenge is a great thing to take part in. They're all over Instagram. If you search Reels challenge, getting in a 30-day Reels challenge or a 15-day Reels challenge with a group is a lot of fun. Mostly they're doing trending audio, but you learn a lot as you go. You learn a lot of different techniques, and it's just really fun. It helps motivate you to create content every day. Okay, Shay's going to teach us about the remix option.
Okay, hey, so let me ask you this. I've had my ketones today. Is everyone familiar with the word stitch, like the term stitch from TikTok? Like you can stitch a video on TikTok. This is the same concept. And what stitching and remixing is, if you see someone's video, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I want to record my reaction while watching this video at the same time. So there is now a remix option that's available on any reel. It doesn't have to be yours. It could be anyone's. So let me just find someone. Okay, this person's shaving their legs, but we'll just use this. So you would click on this reel, and then there are 3 dots at the bottom. You click that, and then there's four, and it'll say remix. So you would click remix, and it's going to ask you, do you want to do a side-by-side remix of this video, or do you want to show your reaction after their video? Most people, this is also known as like a duet. Also, if you're duetting on TikTok, this is Instagram. But Jamie, when you create it on Instagram, that reel is going to become a duet side by side, and it'll go over to Facebook. So then I'm going to say, well, I want to do it with the original video. So you click that, and it's going to give you this screen. So if I start recording, my reaction is going to be like, oh, they're shaving a leg, you know, however long. And then you go to next, and there, now you have your duet or your remix. Again, same concept. You can put your text. You can have the text pop up when you're doing your emotions. You could do a voiceover, or you could talk on your part of this. You could also use stickers if you wanted to do something, and then you would just finish it off next, put your caption, and then post it. If you wanted to do this, let me discard this. If you wanted to remix this at the end, so you'll go back to that reel, click on remix, and then I want to do it after the original video. So this is going to pop up, and then I'm going to hit this little thing so I can do it after, hit next, and then I'm going to record my reaction like, oh my gosh, did you just see what he just did? Hit next, and now it's going to show his video. I have the sound off. And then when they're done, it's going to show my, oh my gosh, did you just see that? So that would be a good part to put a call to action to be like, don't miss this, or did you know the secret to this? Follow for more tips, but it's the same concept. So you can do the video and then put yours after, or do it side by side. It's a cool, I haven't done it yet. Amber, have you? I can't, I think you're muted.
Yeah, I have not done it on Instagram. I've done it a lot on TikTok, but I haven't used the feature on Instagram or Facebook.
Me, I haven't either, but I think it would be cool, maybe as third-party validation, that if you find, well, no, you probably wouldn't want to remix somebody else's ketone drink, but it's a cool little niche, or a cool, what do you call this thing? Feature. That's what I'm trying to say. Feature that is now available on Instagram. So they're mimicking basically what the TikTok platform is doing with duets and being able to stitch it to Instagram, and then Jamie, and then on over to Facebook. One of the other cool things that you can do, Amber, you want me to go right into replying with a video to a comment? Okay, so let me just go in here. And so when somebody comments on your video, now you can just not reply, you can hit reply, and there's this little camera at the back of the left side here. You can click that and go, thank you so much for commenting on my video. I'm going to send you a direct message. You're going to love this. It's wonderful. So now my comment becomes a video response to them, my reply, and that shows up under the comment. Does that make sense? Isn't that neat? So you can personalize your response, because nowadays what's happened? People reply, thank you, or send me a message, or yeah, isn't that funny? Now you can make it personal. Like when we reach out to people and we send video clips of happy birthdays, or we send a voice clip, this is the same thing. So we can reply to a comment with a video, which I have not tried yet, but I am going to do it. I think it's pretty cool. Same thing, TikTok has that option. So now Instagram is conforming that process also. And then when you do it on Instagram, you connect it to your Facebook or you save it, then it goes on. I mean, Instagram goes over to Facebook.
Yeah, so it actually becomes a reel. So when you reply with video, you're actually making a reel. And so it's going to have their question or their comment in a little box and on your reel. So if you've ever seen those reels that have somebody answering a question or making a video in response to either somebody's comment or question, that's how you do it. And those can be powerful, especially if somebody asks a question about ketones, like what are ketones or how do I get started? You could do the reply with video and post it as a reel. I would wait until a lot of people, you've gotten a lot of conversations going already in your DM and it's kind of died out, because it will stop the conversation or stop people from asking. But once that's kind of all happened, then do a reply with video and put it out as a reel, because somebody asked, you can make a video about it, and that could be powerful. So I would definitely use that. I wanted to talk about series, and the reason why my husband and I do have a series, and that's pretty much how our content has created a lot of followers from our series. For one, well, a series could be anything like a how-to series, or it could be like a cooking series. It could be like tips and tricks series. Ours is like how to save money series, which we started out not intending to do a series. It just kind of evolved into one. It's My Husband's So Cheap series, and then he gives like a frugal hack or a money saving hack. The power of a series is twofold. One is, if it is a series and people like the content, they are going to follow because they know that more content is coming that is like that. They know if they want more money saving content and I'm giving a video as part of a series, they know more is coming. So it's an easy way to attract followers, right? Let's say you have a recipe series. Well, they know that it's a series. There's more recipes coming, so they're going to follow. It's an easy way to attract followers. If it's a how-to on a specific topic, they're going to follow because they like it. They want more how-tos. So a series is a great way. It's almost like having your built-in niche. And that's why niches are so powerful, is because you're creating more content under that same topic. People are wanting more. They are less likely to follow somebody who is creating content about 5 different things when they're only interested in one. They're only interested in one of the things you're talking about, but they have to put up with 4 other things that they don't really want to hear about, just so they can hear about the one. So a series is powerful because you're able to gain followers quicker. The second part of that is this. You're using your voice. And we know that on Instagram and Facebook, the algorithm is pushing out original audio right now, 4 to 1. So you have a reason to use your voice if you're explaining something, if you're talking, if you're telling, if it's a series that it uses original audio, which most do, you are doing that favor for your video as well, attracting new followers and using original audio. So a series right now could be super powerful for your platform, and really help grow and increase your engagement. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there. There's so many different things you could do a series about. Everybody knows something about a topic or a couple topics. So play around with it and have fun. All right, let's get to some Q&As. I know we're out of time, so let's not delve into any more of the content that we had prepared. I want to make sure that we had time to answer your questions. What did we miss, Shay, that people, my husband is clueless? Yes, Jamie, I like it. Did we hit all the questions? Should I scroll back up?
Yeah, Jennifer.
Yes, Jennifer, sure.
Hey, so when I'm trying to do this at the same time on Instagram, you said go to the little 3 bars, and if all your stuff is already sharing to Facebook, will your reels automatically do that, or was that another step? I'm sorry, I'm driving today.
It's a separate toggle that's specific to reels only. So it comes on as an option and it defaults to being off. So you have to go in and specifically turn it on for reels sharing.
Okay, can you past settings? Where did we need to go from there?
So you go into settings and then you go into account. And then after you go to account, there should be shared with other apps. I'm pulling it up
Sharing,
just to make sure. Sharing to
two
other apps.
other.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then click the top one, should be Facebook, if I'm
Uh-huh.
remembering correctly. And then if you may not have the option yet, not everybody does. So
Okay, that's what it is.
the
'Cause
third,
I was only seeing story and
not have-
post.
okay, so keep watching. Mine just showed up a few weeks ago. So I know when they roll out features, they always roll them out to slowly, not to everybody at the same time.
Okay.
So just keep watching for it. It'll show up soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bella Bliss, that is called a green screen. So under filters, you're going to search for a green screen filter. So when you're creating content, I can show you. I am going to create a post. Whoops. I want my camera. Why? Okay, so the filters that are across the bottom, there's filters that are called green screen. Okay, so you are going to search for a green screen filter. And there's different options. Some where like the green screen will show up in your hand, somewhere it shows up behind you. There's all different green screen filters. Yeah, so Instagram has green screen filters. If you scroll all the way over to the right, then there's a search for filters, or I guess they're called effects. And then type in green screen. And then several of them will pop up. So if you're looking for the one that you want that's like behind you, I think this one would probably be good. Try it. And then, is this kind of what you were looking for? What it's going to have you do is, it says add a photo or video for the background. And then you'll click on it and add the video from your camera roll, and then it'll be behind you. No, a green screen would be a pre-recorded or a picture or video that's already in your camera roll would be behind you, and then you're recording live in front of it.
I think that would be a good Reels 3.0, because the one guy that gives all the does reel videos on Instagram on the updates about Instagram Reels. There is a way that you can do your picture, and if you're saying something, your head will pop up and you can have an expression, or you can have your head shaking. I think that if everyone's interested in like a 3.0 at some point, there's so many cool effects that will make your reel stand out even more. Is if you're filming, in the middle of your filming, all of a sudden your head pops up, or a dog pops up or something. It's a really cool effect, but it's specific and it's too difficult to like stream it into this. It would like be probably a class on its own, but there's a lot.
Yeah, but there's all kinds of videos for effects on Instagram itself. If you see something you like, I would try the effect. You can click on, so if you see a video and you're like, that was cool, how did they do that? Just click on the actual effect that's listed on the video and play with it and see what they did. Same with the filter. If you like the filter that's on someone's, just save it. You can save the filter. What is super? Yes, I thought I saw a question. Oh, hashtag.
Oops.
Yeah, so hashtags can be super important. I am not a fan of using like third-party apps to deliver hashtags, because I think they attract a lot of bots. And that's been my experience when I have used them. So what I like to do is just use 3 to 5 hashtags that are specific to the content that I create. So it will actually attract people that are looking for that content. But there's a lot of different hashtag theories out there. So what I'm saying may be something different than what my neighbor says, or what a different Instagram person, like expert, may say, or you'll have 2 different Instagram experts or TikTok experts or whatever saying different things. So it's all conflicting. In the end, it really is not that big of a deal, because the software can read the video and tell what's in the video and figure out who to show it to. It's so advanced, where it used to rely on the hashtags to index the video and then put it out into the feeds of the people that wanted to see that type of video. But now the software is so intelligent that it can read it on its own. But I would definitely recommend putting 6, 7, I usually put maybe 5 hashtags on it, and they're always a little bit smaller hashtags, and they're always specific to the content or specific to the video. I stay away from real generic hashtags just because they're going to be competing with so many other videos. Oh, thank you, Bella. Any other questions before we sign off?
I would say most importantly, you know how we always say, don't overthink it, just drink it when it comes to our ketones. Don't overthink the reels and the views and the comments. Just keep doing it and be consistent, because the more comfortable that you get with them, then the more you're going to like play around with them. And don't worry about posting 3 ketone videos back to back. If that's your thing and you're just a business Instagram page, then I used to be afraid, like, oh, I just posted a ketone reel. Now I need to post 10 of my niche, my comedy. But it's either Ray Higdon or Fraser Brooks said, don't worry about doing back to back of your business if that's what you're wanting to attract. But I would just say, most of all, have fun. If you have bloopers, post those bloopers, because people need laughter in this world. And they're like, oh my gosh, she's a real person. She's not all filtered. She's not doing everything perfectly. And those bloopers that I post get the most reaction and the most, private messaging or comments, because they're like, thanks for posting this. I needed a good laugh. Like, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. It doesn't have to be perfect. Video leap.
Awesome. I'm reading through the comments. That's great advice. And I think sometimes we get bogged down on all of these details, and all of these things that we talked about today can turn the needle just a little bit. But really, the most important things are the quality of your content. And those are things like lighting. Make sure that you have nice, good, natural lighting is way better than ring lighting. If you can get outside in the shade, like on a sunny day, but in the shade or in a bright window indoors, that is going to create high quality video. Good lighting, make sure that your video lens is clean and wiped off and there's not like fingerprints on it. That's going to go way further than making sure that the right hashtag is on, or that you posted at just the right time, or the right text is coming in and out at the right time. Like, those things are all little things that you can get caught up in that really aren't going to move the needle that much. But the quality of the video content itself, you having fun, using a trending audio, applying your niche, serving your audience, and just having a good time is way more powerful than getting caught up in the little details of things. So that would be my best advice to you. I did see a question about when is the best time, and that's different for everybody. I would recommend, it's not really that important. If you do want to delve into that, go into your own analytics and find out when your audience is on the platform and post the most. And it'll break it down by day. It'll say, like, on Mondays between this time and this time is when you have the biggest audience online. And that's based on like the history of your page. So it's a little bit different for everyone. Any more questions? Oh, 3 new messages. Okay, well, thanks for hanging with us today. If we have any other nerds that love to like watch videos and learn about this kind of thing, you're my people. Feel free to reach out to me. I love to nerd out on it, and sometimes too much. But if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Shay's happy to answer. There's several people in the community that have been creating content for a while and just have found success just being consistent and putting up video content either every day or 3 or 4 times a week. And we're just glad you're here and glad that you are taking this on. And hopefully you guys are going to do the challenge this week. It's creating 4 reels every week, and then adding the bonus reel, you get 2 entries into the drawing. So hopefully you all are going to do that. And any last words, Shay?
Just have fun. I mean, literally have fun. I saw videos, my last suggestion, there's a video where she shows herself looking all perfect, and then it flips over and shows her setup. So people think she has this perfect home office and the way she does her reels. And when she shows how it really is, people poured into that like, oh, I am not the only one. Like, hallelujah. It's so great to know that here we look all put together, but then we show what it takes to do the things that we do. Like, you could have just ketone boxes everywhere because you're packing up trials and you're just spreading things around. So get creative, have fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. And Amber, thank you. You are the queen, the girl. I look up to you so much. Thank you for hosting this with me. And I can't wait for 3.0.
Thank you so much, Shay. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy Thursday.